Welcome to Nordic Activations with Rena. I invite you just to get still. And put your hands on your heart. And say thank you. How many times have you done that in your life? Earlier I had put up a video, but I never made it public. And it was funny the reaction that I got after I was done. And I knew that I couldn't make it public. When you feel a tantrum coming on, the best thing to do is get out your pillow and not to take it out on anyone else. Just to it's not always easy to handle it with grace and ease, but it's the best way. To release it. It's the healthiest way to release it rather than hurting yourself or taking it out on somebody else. And then you just clean up the mess afterwards. And I don't know if you've ever heard of before, what is your emotional IQ? When you feel that coming on, how do you handle it? Do you really sit in stillness and excuse me, and let that emotion pass? Do you really sit with that emotion until it dissipates into nothingness from whence it came? Or how do you handle it? How do you respond to it? What do you do? Because if you're feeling overly emotional and you're feeling angry, you're feeling upset, the best way to do it is to drop everything you're doing and to just sit with that emotion until it dissipates into nothingness from whence it came, so it's not controlling you. And that's not always an easy thing to do. It certainly is not an easy thing to do if you are an empath that's, beyond extreme. Beyond extreme is, your sensitivity is just excuse me, it's a little too much at times. And depending on what falls out of your mouth at the time you're feeling that way, and when you react to it and you have something to say, like I said, you're never alone and everything is always heard, then you can see how the universe responds to you when you are when you could be handling it better. Because it was pretty funny today after I was after I had did a recording and I was going to make it public, and immediately the response was hilarious. But I knew I couldn't make it public, so, because I just went off on the deep end, I guess, just letting it get to me, and so I'll just let it go. But if you stay on top of it, you will master it. And when you are focused on mastering your emotions, it's not always the easiest thing to do, and you might have to spend some serious time, quality time with that. So be patient with yourself and have compassion for yourself while you're going through it. just wanted to remind you of that. And to remember to stay on top of the meditations and the activations. You don't have to listen to the whole talk. Just listen to the meditation, the activation, 3 to 7 times a day. And stay on top of it. And if you can meditate with your back against the tree, the better. Because when you're first starting out, or whether you've been meditating, it's really important that you do that. Because if everyone on the face of this earth mastered their emotions, mastered themselves, and kept going, for sure everything would be different. Excuse me. And when you do these activations, if you're brave enough to share what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, or what's happened, or how you were feeling before and after, this would help others to see, to know what you've been feeling. If you'd like to make it public, you can put it in the description box below. If you want to keep it private, you can email me. But by you commenting, it also helps others. And you might not even know what you're feeling. You might not even be able to put it into words. And if you're feeling anything other than positive, then you have to sit with that emotion. If you're doing these sessions and suddenly you find yourself not able to even get in the shower, then that is something that you need to push through and make sure you do take a shower every day. And all the more reason to stay on top of these activations. If it's preventing you from doing something you need to do, all the more reason to stay on top of these activations. And if you have any questions, you can email me. And the more you like, share, and subscribe, the more you are also showing the way for others. When I started with my guide, she was saying to me to comment, and I didn't want to comment. I just wanted to keep it to myself because I wasn't ready to comment. I wasn't even ready to talk. I just wanted to keep it to myself because I didn't feel like I had anything to share just yet, because I wasn't feeling all that great. And I didn't want to share. And I don't know how many times she had to remind me to share before I did comment. I don't know how long it took me before I would even put a comment. And then when I did, I didn't even know what to say, because I don't know if I really wanted to share or whether I was just looking for something to say so that I could just well, I'm not gonna go into that. Maybe I just commented so that I could just stop hearing comment. I didn't want to, but I did anyway. There was lots of things I didn't want to do. And I'm grateful for my guide, because she helped me through a lot that I couldn't even get through. And she knew about it before I did. I didn't even mention things to her about what I wasn't doing, but she automatically knew. And I didn't even think that mattered, but it mattered a lot. So I'm just sharing with you things that happened to me so that you can stay on top of it, and hopefully it makes it easier for you. And then when I did comment, it was like I was all over the place, and I didn't even know what I was saying when I did comment, because I wasn't feeling myself at all when I was commenting. I was just a mess. It was a frazzled mess. I guess because I was just so stuck on having personal sessions, private sessions, and just staying, keeping it that way. But by doing that, it wasn't really, when you choose spirituality, you're in service to all. And by keeping it to yourself, you're really not showing others the way or helping others. If you keep it to yourself, you want to share as much as possible, because then that brings others who are maybe not ready to not ready or afraid or scared or whatever. Makes it easier for them. So it's important that you do that. And I haven't been doing my meditations and my activations this week because I've had another situation with my tires being flat. Just on Friday, when I was finishing up with my sessions, I was doing them all day, and then went into the market, and when I came out, my tire was flat. So it's been flat all weekend, and I tried to go and get it fixed today, but no luck in trying to get it done. And for me to go and fix it, I've got to go all the way out of my way the other way, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to do that, so it's a bit of a drag. Just so you know. So I had to get a little creative and do sessions differently. So as long as you come with an open mind and an open heart, and you're ready to receive, then you will. But if there's any shadow of a doubt, or you're feeling negative or sarcastic, you're not going to receive it. And it's always best to drink lots of water. And ground yourself. Sit next to the tree, I feel is best to do. You can walk around nature for 20 minutes. And when you come, don't expect anything. Just be pleasantly surprised with whatever happens. And you might not notice it right away, but if you stay on top of it, you will. And don't you want to be one of the first to do something no one else has done before, or very few people have done before? For me, I never followed anyone. But I did follow the Ascended Masters. That's who I did follow. It's always best to have a guide, because I couldn't do it without mine. And I'm grateful to have her. And I'm grateful for everyone that showed up while I was going through hell. And you want to be really careful with yourself. You want to be really gentle with yourself, because you can't, more times than not, I hurt myself. And the recent one, which was in September, when I fell really hard, I'm feeling pain on my left side, like right below my hip, on my leg. I fell really hard. I've never fallen like that in my life. And this time I was inside the house. And so when you are being present and you are with your emotions and you are breathing through it, you want to take as much time as you need until it passes. You don't want to physically hurt yourself because you didn't spend enough time with your emotions. My phone's ready to die, so I think I'm going to end it here. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to share, you can put it in the description box below, or email me at reinadhjbsburg@gmail.com. And please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.